Well, YouTube, tough to say here. I guess I made someone's day and made them laugh their ass off, which is always a good thing. Someone talking about comment. I mean, I get the point. And it was about Ron Logan and what I said about him. Maybe he went, and had a drink. And the only reason why I said this is, because they're going on saying that I'm using excuse for his alibi. Now, I thought I read, and I could be wrong, that Ron Logan could have sworn he was on an ankle bracelet or something that detects him off his land. And if I'm wrong on that, all right. But that's what I was going on by. I figured I'd rather say this in a video than explain it to this guy. Hopefully he watches it. Or woman. But most likely it's a guy, because he's talking about how he's been in jail. But maybe I should have clearly, said that. I wasn't even thinking of that. But I thought and could have sworn that he was on an ankle bracelet type thing that they can detect when he's off his land. And that wouldn't be the first time. House arrest. Because believe me, there's a lot of drunks out there, and I've seen drunks that get, DUIs 7 times and manage to get their friggin' license back. And it is sick. But I just wanted to clear this up because, right, I didn't mention that, and I don't think I mentioned that in any video because, but like I say, what if Ron Logan, snuck to the package store and, right, his ankle bracelet went off? I should have said it that way. But, I'll look up it again to make sure and verify. I'm sure everybody can tell me this, but that's what I thought when I read in on him. That's why I said this. So with that clearing up that air, and yeah, I know that, and this guy's talking about how he's been in jail. Took him up, 7 years to violate probation or something. Hey, it took me up 2 years to violate my probation. And I was in court because I kept getting called on, mind you. I know all about jail, my brother. And I know how long you can stay out on. Just as long as you're working and doing good. And that's what I was doing, and kept me out up until the point of someone stole my vehicle, and they accused me of doing so. You can't assume nothing in the court or judgment of the law. And that's what they did. They assumed. And because I was a nasty alcoholic, I had my probation officer tell me at the time, "Oh my God, if you did this, I'm scared to be on the road. I'm scared to be sitting with you right now. You're pretty much," she was calling me insane. And she was frightened of me. So if that tells you anything, I don't know what else would. No, I'm grateful that I never took in any lives throughout my 17 years of drinking, man, because I did some real stupid shit. And I'm glad I'm away from it. That's all I got to say. But if it isn't Ron Logan and, you know, pulling off his land, I mean, that's why I said that, and I should have, detailed it more, because, right, I could have sworn that he had, like, at least that home arrest bracelet that detects every part of your move. Like I said, I could be wrong, but some reason that, got stuck in my head. Sometimes I do forget to mention stuff, say stuff, because of all this stuff I got in my head. Every day, man, I'm just thinking of trying to come up with new ideas, new things, new thoughts, new theories. All the kind of stuff. And I mean, it ain't just running with that. It's running with other stuff throughout my life that's going on. And, oh, man. You got to intend to see when you got a lot of busy brain cells trying to work, and then you burn yourself out by the end of the day. Yeah, you intend to forget things. You tend to say things that just screw you up a bit. But I'm glad I can make this person laugh. Probably think I'm stupid, dumb, but that's all right. Oh, man. But anyways, there was something I mentioned to this person I don't think I ever mentioned. And what if Ron Logan Ray walked up upon something in them woods and, didn't have that person see him maybe, but did see something. Got scared because, hey, what if it was, and I've been saying it all along, the good guys. What if it was someone that was, right, well-known figure, let alone a law enforcement officer? There's a lot of things you can go on with this case, a lot of directions you can go, but I will always stick with my guns to say, right, Ron Logan is not the murderer. He is not. It's just he is not, because of the after the friggin' interview with him and the doing it that next day type thing, that guy still had facial hair on his friggin' face. Bridge guy has none. So that means this is a young man, of course, not old, but to say so, if it is a face that Ron Logan knew, stumbled upon, and just didn't want to say nothing, went about his business, yeah, that would make him a huge, big POS. And the question of why did he really die? Could have died of a heart attack because he just, something was there that he knew. And he didn't want to say nothing. He didn't want to spill the beans because he probably knew, right, how big and important this person really was. Like I said, I've been saying this all along. The good guys. Not that they wanted to do it, because they wanted to try and stop this ring of terror going along through, with the Gertz or Garrett or whatever the hell his name is, that shot the girl. all these murders, all these drug cases. They're trying to stop them. And what better way is to try and stop a drug ring is bring the community together because a couple innocent girls got murdered. That's the wrong way to do stuff. The wrong way. And even if it wasn't for that way, it was for a simple reason that, hey, someone owed money. There is that theory that's been tossed around. And yes, there is some people out there that throw out the fact that one of the girl's relatives was a user and probably didn't pay his debt. But you have the other theory of the perverts out there, and that's the big one out of all of them, I think. But because they're bringing in the wrong men, that means that there's more of them out there. And this has been going on for a good long while, and who knows how long. Because, kids have been missing pretty much since, media and the news started, or let alone the first kid ever missing, the Charlie. And I mean, there was a thing I used to follow, the Charlie Project, but I don't get notifications from that no more because they moved to Facebook. Or bigger, to YouTube. But, that only does what I do and give you the simple, not a lot of information if it don't have it. If it does have information, they go over it and they just repeat it. So, I mean, but how long has this sex ring been going on? It could have started throughout the 20s and 30s and goes the hawk. Yep. There's been a lot of dirty crap that's gone on through time. And, there was a movie that came out in the 80s called Flowers in the Attic, which is a whole nother different thing. But movies are made for a reason. And I'll tell you something, incest, which I believe, started with, of course, the caveman not knowing better. And that's only common sense to even think they started it. Because back in them days, them people weren't even only, they sparked the fire or whatnot. Or however it started through volcanoes. But to use it, they started it. And that was probably the only thing you can give them credit for. And living and, keeping the population living, growing. But, unfortunately, not knowing who's who. Or getting the understanding of family. Incest is a big thing. And that Flowers in the Attic, they got a new show out. A movie series. And they're showing, the mother and the grandmother and how it all began. And it's like, Jesus. But these are dark secrets. And back in the day, there was a lot of hidden incest of crazy stuff that went on back in them days. Fathers taking their daughters, saying, if another man's gonna have my daughter, they're not getting them type thing, right? I'm getting that. And it's like, just to shake your friggin' head and say this is not normal. So sex ringing, when this all began, and there's a huge part of this out west too. It's about a wonder where it started. But to say all this, and to say how sick and demented the world's been and will always be, because the law ain't hammering down, justice ain't hammering down on these people, making a statement. No, they're not doing that. And why? Because the good guys. It all goes back to the good guys. Also have a hand in this sick, demented piece of the puzzle. So with that being said, this comment being said, and Ron Logan just happened to maybe step upon something that he shouldn't have because, you know, that powerful name, that powerful figure, what he's seen that day. Come on. It makes sense to say it. And if he did, and that would make sense of why he would want to go get a drink. Because now he's seen something he shouldn't have, and you're an alcoholic like moi, and something set you off the wrong way. Oh, nothing more than the drowned and blind out. That vision is getting yourself a goddamn nice good bottle of rum for me. I don't want to see this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be here. I want to be in my fantasy land, which is no land, which is drunk land. So maybe that could have been why. It's not an alibi. It's a, it's just a, how can I say this? Your happy place from being into the world of demented. You want to be in another dimension. Because you just witnessed, if he just witnessed something or, you know, something like that. Think about it. So sometimes things I say might come out wrong, but can always make it come out to make a point in the end. Because like I say, man, my mind is all over the place. There's a lot of thoughts, theories, and ideas in this head. Especially dealing with my own personal problems. Dealing with my kids still growing up and acting out. Trying to keep them in line, you know. There's a lot of things in my world, man. But when I get going on stuff, and I, you know, just focus on one thing, it makes sense in the end. Hopefully. But whatever the case may be, yeah, there's definitely someone involved, and there's definitely someone that's making this gonna all disappear. And if anything, if Ron Logan's gonna be used for, he's gonna be used for the person just to close his case. Because all his cell phone tower records show that he was near the murder zone. And, of course, he heard something out there and he saw something he shouldn't have. And he probably went back to his damn house. And then he was like all over the place. I need a drink. Who knows, man? Who knows? That's what I was trying to say before. I mean, just for the thought of him finding somebody on his property, it's like, why didn't he speak? the bodies were tampered with. But how would he have done that? Because he was already in an uproar. And I don't think he'd want to go back and tamper with bodies when he's, already whatever, nervous or something. But I do think that damn killer might have been in with that search crowd, because, right, someone you would never expect. But I definitely know it ain't Ron Logan. That I will stick my guns by. But till that next video, be safe, take care, always beware, because until something is fully sought out, even Sean Harmon's father is not disclosed from this case, but it's got to get that 100% proof. That's got to make it right. Till then, we're all still stuck in the air. And Ron Logan is now dead, and he is not the killer. Because why ain't you got that DNA off his body yet? Or whatever it takes to get it solved. Oop. Bear with me, because we are done. Ow. Ah, damn it. Nope, not done. Dang nabbit. The hell is it? Now we're done. Out.